theme music for the podcast. We don't actually have any theme music, so someone will probably make one up for us. I don't want to name any. Rachel. I hope it's Rachel that does that for the podcast.
Do you want to do the introduction this week?
Oh, it just grows on me every week, that song. It's so sad that I like that song so much. Hello! And greetings from the tiny room. Think of a place. Think of a door in the place. Think of a door that leads to something smaller in a place. You have entered the tiny room. In there are two Irish lads who love talking about stuff that people don't actually care about, especially girls.
No, that's not fair.
I'm moderately not unattractive podcast host Ben Colopy, and I gave away my second name.
No, it's alright. We've done that.
And with me is my seriously attractive co-host, Michael Leonard.
Hello.
So we're going full names now.
So
Dicks out.
this is how the Terminators are going to find us.
And that's how Ben starts a podcast. Mick, welcome back.
Thanks, Ben.
To your tiny room.
Back in the tiny room.
Which you decorated and designed yourself. So
I did. Well, my brother did it a lot. He's a carpenter
fine
man.
craftsman.
He's a carpenter man.
He's a fine craftsman.
I mean,
see, I could say that without it being a brother compliment, but the place is solid.
it's a solid shelving unit.
I often rest cups of water on it.
Beautifully designed shelving unit. Or carpentry for all your carpentry needs.
And I'll tell you something, there's no Jurassic Park shake here.
No.
If there were T-Rexes outside Mick's house, that water
T-Rex
wouldn't
there.
move. There is actually a T-Rex in the cell. It doesn't move though. It's made of plastic.
Fine craftsman. Terrible taste in films.
I hear Prometheus is a favourite of the family.
No, not the family. I hate Prometheus. But he still loves Prometheus. Although he did tell me that he loves Prometheus slightly less because of Alien Covenant.
Fair enough. You can't argue with that, can you? That's some solid critiquing there. To be fair, we here at the Michael and Benjamin's podcast are very against gatekeeping, so I'm quite against that. But you've got brotherly rivalry, so
Did you say gatekeeping?
Gatekeeping.
Keeping gay people in your house.
Settle down. Only consentingly. Jesus. No, gatekeeping, which is the practice whereupon people who are smug and act like they know loads of shit about a topic where they really shouldn't be smug decide who can enjoy the things that they like. For example, you're not a real gamer because you're a girl.
Yes. Or
because a lack of penis somehow makes it so you can't enjoy things on screens.
yeah, if you really love the Turtles, you wouldn't know who Ice Cube was. That doesn't make any sense.
It actually does under gatekeeper logic. You can't be a Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles and a 90s rap. Turtles.
Do you want to re-record that?
That's actually... Okay, so let's come clean. We are actually an alternate dimension version of Michael and Benjamin, who couldn't make it this week. And in our universe, it's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I think it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
And a love of 90s rap, i.e. Ice Cube, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are mutually exclusive. God, my language is just not working today.
Keep saying turtles.
Turtles.
Keep saying turtles.
Who was your favourite Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle?
Michelangelo.
Mine was Donatello.
You're committing to the bit.
So, Michael, why are we in the tiny room this week?
Well, we do a podcast here.
Oh, yeah.
What are we talking about? Oh, so there's some news.
News, eh?
There's not a lot of news.
There's not. It's been a sparse week.
I think we're in the...
See, I think we over-newsed with our South Dublin County Comic-Con.
That's true. But that's not our fault.
No, but the media is saturated. There's no room for it.
Also, we're in the kind of end of summer slump.
It is. The blockbusters are now winding down. The Oscar fodder is starting to be pumped up.
Yeah.
So we're going to get a lot of art house stuff coming in.
See the push for Wonder Woman to get an Oscar?
What?
Yeah. Disagree.
Great film, not an Oscar contender.
Good film, not an Oscar contender.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't say a great
Fair
film.
enough. You can take it whichever way you want. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So let's get on to that. Yeah, so also all the films that are coming out at the end of summer films this year seem to be a bit lacking in luster. We've had Dark Tower not getting good reviews.
Flopped.
Valerian,
Flop.
bit of a flop. We have that other one. Oh, well, Dunkirk is doing pretty well.
Dunkirk's doing okay, but that's not at all in our wheelhouse.
It's not our department.
That's a war film. We haven't had a decent war film in a while too.
Yeah.
There hasn't been an old war film in a while, and I'd say the vets were getting a bit antsy. So they're like, all right, come on.
Do you think
We're the greatest generation? Get us back in the screen.
there's not many of them left?
There's not, but the ones that are left, they're fucking cantankerous. They were demanding a film.
They wouldn't buy a lot of film tickets though. You wouldn't make a film for them.
They do get senior discounts too.
Not
Not a lot of profit.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of news. The only kind of bit of news is there's a Domino now.
Yeah, Domino. Domino's back. Okay, so what would you like to ask the question?
Ben, what even is Domino?
What even is Domino? So, let me tell you a story
All right.
about a man who
Domino's a
decided
lady.
to become an artist, right?
Okay.
But
Couldn't draw feet.
or biceps, or proportions, or
Heads.
facial features with any kind of differentiating aspect.
And that man's name was...
Rob Liefeld. And Rob Liefeld is a creator of a number of heroes who are rising to prominence of late because Fox only has one franchise and it's going to flog it to death.
Right.
Like a tired pony. However, that being said, Deadpool is a Rob Liefeld creation. Deadpool the movie is really, really good. I quite like Deadpool the movie. My sarcastic bit was not at all aimed at the Deadpool movie. It was aimed at Fox. Deadpool is the regenerating degenerate, the merc with a mouth. He is the red and black assassin for hire. And he's quite funny, insane, quite entertaining to watch when played by Ryan Reynolds, who was pretty much born to play that character. Or maybe Deadpool was born to play him, I'm not really sure. It's all very meta when it comes to the marketing and that kind of thing. So, Rob Liefeld is the creator of that. He is the man who defined 90s comic books. Hypermasculinity, big guns. Even though you had, like, superpowers. Everyone wore a gun belt. There were straps everywhere. Big thighs.
Tiny feet.
Big thighs, tiny feet. Thick necks.
Tiny hands.
He can't draw. A fun game to play is go through Rob Liefeld's drawings and spot the anatomy mistakes. That's something that aspiring comic book artists actually play.
They're not mistakes.
Sorry,
they're
creative
style.
choices.
Yeah.
Bullshit. So Rob Liefeld is actually known as a bit of a bollocks as well in the comic book community. I think, yeah, he's a bit of a dick.
Poorly drawn dick.
He's it's very, very, very veiny. It's got a lot of straps on it.
Oh no.
So he's actually a co-founder of Image Comics, and he draws in what's called the heavy render style. And
we've talked about this before.
We have.
Did we talk about this on the podcast or in real life?
No, it's come up before. And he is actually the style that everyone parodies when they want to do takeoff of a 90s comic.
Yeah.
Which they quite often do with Deadpool comics now, where he throws his mind back to the 90s and everything is very dark and grim. That is him. He created a large series of superheroes, all of which had a mutant superpower, but also loved heavy artillery.
Guns.
So, he is actually responsible for most of the current Deadpool canon.
He probably created characters who you imagine talk like this.
Yeah, and they do, because everything is urgent, and everything has a deadline. Dun 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 dun. He's pretty much Jack Bauer on steroids. Everything he draws is Jack Bauer on steroids.
Rob Liefeld is on steroids?
No, I did not say it. Well, it does sound like I said that. Rob, not on steroids. So, he actually created Domino. He created Cable. He created Deadpool. All of whom are set to star in the upcoming Deadpool 2.
Good.
And we just had a big reveal, which is... This is your part.
Oh, do I have to do it? I've forgotten her name, though. Snazzy Beats?
Zazie Beats.
That was close enough.
Zazie Beats from Atlanta.
Is that Atlanta the TV show or the place?
No, Atlanta the place. Atlanta the TV show is admittedly quite good and a good critique of black culture from inside. She could be.
Surely she is.
I don't know. We could do a quick Google search if you like. Will we do a quick... Look, we're going to include the viewers here, so... Okay, Google. Is Zazie Beats in Atlanta the TV series?
You've set off both of our phones.
Here are the top search results.
It's just showing me Zazie Beats IMDb page.
Yeah, she is.
She is in Atlanta the TV series.
She's actually from Germany.
Oh,
That explains the name.
Then I misread, and what it actually is she's from Atlanta.
Yeah.
And that's where we know her from. But that's very confusing, to be fair. From Atlanta.
Yeah.
Like, I would legitimately make that mistake.
Like when we say, hello, I'm Mick from Michael and Benjamin's podcast.
Anyway.
People think that's a place. That's never happened.
Michael and Benjamin's podcast is a place.
So what do you think?
Imagination
What do you think of the casting?
Casting is a sort, like, I have no attachment to Domino.
No, who does?
Domino has been a supporting character for the X-Men. She's been a supporting character for Deadpool for many years.
Mm-hmm.
She's Deadpool's no bullshit, friend, not friend.
Classic Rob Liefeld naming as well. Just a cool word.
Just a cool word, and then he actually designs the character to look a little bit like the Thing. For example, Domino is chalk white. Now, I'm not saying that she doesn't see the sun a lot. What I mean is, Domino is literally chalk white. She has one defining characteristic, which is usually a short haircut and a large set of jugs. Because Mike just pushed his two together to make one solid one. And she has a large black spot over her eye.
Have you ever seen...
To make her look like a domino.
Have you ever seen the YouTube channel Bats in the Sun?
No.
They do fan films, basically, fan beatdowns where the two characters fight each other.
Oh, I have seen that.
And that's their version of her.
That we'll include it in the video. She's very comely.
Yeah. But sure, look, that's bang on. That's
what she should look like.
Well, should.
Well, no, sorry. I'm taking away the modal. Not should. There's no should in casting.
That looks like the comic book.
It looks very, very, very source material loyal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not ridiculous.
Not ridiculous. No, it's a well adapted version of her. It's good cosplay.
Yeah.
Good cosplay. Her powers are a little bit silly.
Mm-hmm.
She is lucky. He also Rob Liefeld created another mutant with the same power called Longshot.
Longshot's not a mutant.
Longshot's not a mutant. He's a...
Alien?
He's an alien from Mojo World. Mojo World is where he's from. They were set up in the 90s as enemies of the X-Men. They're genetically and cybernetically altered aliens that get powers.
Not a mutant. Yes, 6 fingers.
But it's very like Domino. What Longshot and Domino do is they alter the odds in their favour, no matter what they're doing. Now,
he has 4 fingers.
This opens up a can of worms.
I'm not just ignoring you.
I'm not engaging with this at all.
You're doing your bit.
I'm not allowing this. Why does he have 4 fingers?
No, he just has 4 fingers because he's just genetic.
Okay, he's a lethal swordsman, and he can. Oh, for fuck's sake! I hate 90s X-Men canon. It's so hard to keep up with. Longshot loves an L gun. No, he has throws and shit. He loves to like Gambit.
Yeah,
like Gambit. So they're all very similar around this era.
He has a mullet.
He does, and he's Longshot. Loves to sleep with the ladies.
He has sex powers, I think.
Does he have sex powers as well?
Yeah, I think he has he has pheromones or something that makes him unusually
sexy. It's sexy time.
Yeah,
so the Concords reference.
Domino is luck powers, right?
Domino is luck powers. So what she does is the odds always fall in her favour. That's not a Hunger Games reference.
It is,
but it is. But she doesn't really need that good luck of may the odds ever in your favour. They are, and this causes a little bit of controversy because it opens up a can of worms. Are the forces of fate operating in the Marvel Universe? In which case, does any character have agency or free will?
No.
Because if she can adjust fate, or if fate smiles kindly on her, does that affect things? So no, obviously that opens up far too much of a plot hole in everything that they do. So what her powers actually are is she affects the minds of opponents so as to throw them off their balance and allow odds to fall in her favour. That doesn't explain her having an effect on her pheromones as he... Mick just adjusted his bustier as he made that comment. Rob Liefeld, along with drawing tremendous pecs on men, draws some tremendous assets on women.
He does. He's a bit of a weirdo.
He's just a terrible artist.
It's like he's never seen people. It's like he's an alien.
It is.
He's had people described to him.
Yeah, and he's just drawing them. It's a Plato's Cave scenario, only the lad doesn't want to leave the cave. He just wants to draw a little sketchbook on the floor.
Yeah, with millions of dollars.
Because he makes a lot of money. So yeah, that's her powers. She's a mercenary, like Deadpool, and she's a crack shot.
She'll probably be good.
Oh no, she'd be great. So Zazie Beetz
Great name.
is causing some controversy, Michael, because as usual, people can't seem to handle it when you cast a traditionally. Although we've never really defined. Okay, so to be clear, Zazie Beetz is an African German. Is that what we call her?
I don't know.
Anyway, she's black. I don't think that's controversial to say. She's black. They've changed her spot over her eye.
Mm-hmm.
In the comics, it's a black spot over chalk white skin. In this, it's a white spot over black skin.
Brown skin.
Brown skin, but I'm using black in the.
No, I know what you mean. But if she were very black,
yeah,
then the black would not show up. But she's quite a light brown. It's not like the black wouldn't read. But who are we?
It's a choice. It's a little nod, I think, to the fact that they changed the race of the character. Well, look, it's Deadpool. It's probably a nod. I would imagine Ryan Reynolds will have a line in the movie will be like, "Didn't that used to be black?" Something like that. You know, there'll be a line like that in there somewhere. It's like, I don't remember you in this shade. Something like that. Like something ridiculous like that. He'll know her from his mercenary days. You know, something like that. And then later on she'll pummel the crap out of me like, is this the race thing? Is this because I mentioned? And then like that would
be interesting.
There'll be a lot of stuff like this coming up. But naturally we've cast a traditionally white character, though I would argue that that's undefinable because Domino has always been chalk white and her ethnicity has never been mentioned.
Do you think?
She could be black.
Or Asian.
We don't know.
Or Polynesian.
Her ethnicity has never been directed. She has always been chalk white with a black spot over her eye. You can't tell. It's like Tombstone.
Or Vision.
Tombstone in the comics. Tombstone is black, but he's albino.
Well, that's not like that. That's not the same.
But as in his ethnicity plays no role in his actual appearance anymore. You understand? It's been removed. Do you understand?
But a black albino has much bigger connotations than someone who's just.
Well, there's always he features in Deadpool
white.
Stories quite a lot, and Deadpool makes fun of the fact that he has a difficult time being black or taken seriously as a black man because he's albino.
You see, that's a much bigger issue.
That's a much bigger issue.
Someone who's just white skinned.
It's interesting.
Literally white.
It's open a can of worms with canon fans because they're like, oh, she's not black in the comics, and they're having this fit because she's black now. Get over it.
Why is Idris Elba black?
Because Norse gods were never black.
Or the Man in Black. Why isn't Idris Elba not the Man in Black?
He should be.
No, he shouldn't, Ben. That's racist.
Oh, sorry. Darn.
Right, let's move on.
I've fallen into a pitfall. So, anyway, I think it could be fun. I'm looking forward to Deadpool 2.
Yeah, it'll be good.
I think she's probably going to be fine.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch her a little bit in Atlantis, see how I feel about her. Domino is traditionally kind of overly confident, doesn't really take any shit, calls Deadpool on his stuff. She's not a lot of banter. No. Although in recent incarnations she's kind of loosened up a bit. It's kind of hard to tell. They have a frequent dynamic of, you're my best friend. It's like, you're not my friend. That's their dynamic. It's Deadpool is like, you're one of my only friends. And then Domino is like, we're not friends.
Yeah.
She's no crack. It's that dynamic. She's no banter. Look, it's Rob Liefeld there with stuff. They're all very fucking serious. Deadpool was very serious when he was incarnated.
Incarnated.
In his original incarnation.
Oh, yeah. Because he was in the Deadpool.
Yeah, exactly. But he was very serious. It took a while for him to find his voice. Who did that? Was it Jeff Loeb?
The original?
Did Jeff Loeb make him insane?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm going to hazard a guess and say it might have been Jeff Loeb who gave him his schizophrenic.
You think? Was that Jeff Loeb before he started ruining everything?
Before, yeah. Pre-ruined Jeff Loeb. What do you mean?
He ruined everything.
Like?
The Ultimates.
Yeah.
He ruined that.
He butchered that.
He just destroyed it. The whole Ultimate Universe collapsed because of Jeff Loeb.
And then they had to do the Annihilation event.
And then that was crap. And then they got him after that as well. And then
I really like the Ultimates.
No, Jeff Loeb's the worst. Anyway, let's move on.
Also Hush. Hush was weird.
Yeah, Jeff Loeb's awful.
God.
You're awful, Jeff Loeb. Get out of here.
But if you'd like to sponsor them, no.
Yeah.
Don't.
Let's move on. Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
I've seen Valerian.
I've not cared.
No, I think I'm the only person who's seen Valerian.
But you see, this is the thing. Valerian has received a ton of internet hype. But here in the lovely fair city of Dublin, it hasn't even made a drop. It's a drop in the ocean. Like, I've seen nothing for Valerian.
I went to see it on Saturday?
Saturday?
I went to see it on Saturday.
Did you know?
I did. There were about 20 people in the screen.
Yeah, like it won't draw a crowd.
No.
And there's a reason for that.
What's
Because the
the
comic
reason?
doesn't draw a crowd.
Oh, that's what you think.
Yeah. Well, I don't... No, sorry. The comic doesn't draw a modern crowd.
Well, Ben, what even is Valerian?
Well, Michael, it's funny you should ask that. It's not like it's a dynamic on this show or anything. But
That's how we set up everything.
Valerian is a comic book, a French comic book. So
Ooh la la.
we're already in different territory from what we're used to.
Or, as the French would say,
Zut alors.
territoire différent. I'm pretty sure that's right,
For
actually.
those of you that don't, I think it is. For those of you that don't speak French, that means different territory. So European comics and American comic books are chalk and cheese. I have a lot of chalk analogies today.
Yeah, lay off the chalk, Ben.
Is that
They're oil
is that
and
a
water.
euphemism for cocaine?
No, they're oil and water.
Because you know I love cocaine.
Talk about Valerian. This is
the topic.
It's 45 minutes. Come on.
Sorry. Valerian is.
Get on point. What's wrong with you today?
A very rambly mood. Sorry. Valerian.
I'm sorry for shouting at you.
1967 French comic book created by Pierre Christian and Jean-Claude Mézières. Or Mézières, it depends on how you say it.
Yes.
The comic is very typical of the era. So French comic books are very different to American comic books. Generally space odysseys, a lot of sex, a lot of saucy moments.
Good.
Sometimes very erotic.
I like it.
Same with Italian comics. There are a couple of really famous examples.
Yeah.
But Valerian is a space opera. By any other name. Space opera about Valerian and Laureline. Laureline is his girlfriend
/
partner,
love interest /
space
business partner. Yeah.
Mercenaries for hire. Not mercenaries, more like heroes for hire, I think. It's a big old space epic. Very French. A lot of political stuff. A lot of
cigarettes in
a lot
space.
of cigarettes, a lot of sex in space, floating bearskin rugs,
sex.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that kind of thing. So that's what it is. And the reason you've never heard of it is because most people that are into mainstream comics don't really err on the side of European comics.
Is the reason that I've never heard it that I'm not French
This is also possible.
or Belgian?
It has been translated into several languages, which I have here. Hang on, just give me 1 second. Dutch, Danish, English, Finnish, German, Norwegian, Polish, Portuguese, Spanish, and Swedish.
Literally everything has been translated into English, though. Well, not literally everything, but you know what I mean.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. Almost everything.
So it ran until 2010.
Oh.
I'm not sure why it was cancelled, I would imagine, because modern audiences maybe didn't pull to it as much.
Do you think maybe that might have something to do with why the rights were available?
Oh.
That's complete speculation.
I think they wanted to give Luc Besson.
Jean-Luc Renoir Besson.
I think they wanted to make a not Run Lola Run. What's his space opera?
The Fifth Element?
Fifth Element 2.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to make the Fifth Element 2, and I think they found another space opera.
Well, here's the thing, right? I think he found it, first of all, because he put a lot of his own money into this.
Oh dear.
Which is not going to work out very well.
Oh dear.
He made Lucy. And Lucy, inexplicably, was a smash. Even though Scarlett Johansson, and I'm not exaggerating here, she turned into a fucking thumb drive at the end.
Yeah.
With all of human knowledge.
That's a physical thumb drive.
What? Christ! That was stupid.
God.
And, you know, Ben, as you know, there's very little that upsets me more than makey-uppy science.
Pseudoscience is not your best pal.
That'll rile me. And
I caught Mick earlier this week with an omnivore comment.
You did.
He wasted no time in cutting me down to size.
And rightly so.
For those of you that don't know, by the way, because they really should know this to understand your past, your dark and murky past.
I'm a recovered scientist.
Mick is actually a recovering scientist.
No, I'm recovered.
Are you fully recovered?
I'm
Congratulations.
better. 10 years off the wagon.
10 years off the wagon.
On the wagon?
On the wagon.
On the wagon.
You get on the wagon.
I haven't had a pipette in my hand for 10 years.
That's good work.
So, look, I'm recovered. I'm fine.
But he remains awfully, awfully suspicious of pseudo-shite.
And look, that's the funny thing. I'll take science superheroes, no problem.
Well, because that's fictional.
Yeah.
And
but
decidedly.
That whole Morgan Freeman...
10% of the human brain.
Say we only use 10% of our brain, but in a Morgan Freeman voice.
It's widely known that the human mind only uses 10% of its capacity.
That's bullshit, Morgan. That's makey-uppy nonsense.
Well, I'm sorry, Michael.
Yes! Alright, I'm satisfied now. An apology from Morgan Freeman.
But you could listen to me for hours.
Yeah.
I could talk about and tell you that 10% of human beings recycle waste in a 5% efficient capacity. And you would sit there and listen to me.
Bullshit.
And
Stop,
say that
Morgan.
I'm correct.
The
masses respond to me, Michael.
I'm still angry with you about that whole penguins thing, but that's a whole other podcast. Misinforming people about penguins. Penguins are real fucking sneaky little motherfuckers, and you had them thinking that I'm not going to talk. They're making people think that they mate for life, and they're basically little feathery
Penguins
humans.
are among the most romantic of all.
They are not.
Ornithological
They're little
species.
pricks. Penguins are pricks.
They can also fly very easily. However, they are lazy as fuck.
Shut up, Morgan.
I've been Morgan Freeman. You're welcome.
That was great. Good bit. So yeah, look, I saw Valerian, Ben. It's fucking shit. It's just awful.
So it's below Saban's Orange.
Oh yeah. When I saw, let me tell you a secret. When I saw The Fifth Element, I didn't like it. But in retrospect, I can see why people would enjoy it. It has the delightful. Oh, I'm going to get her name wrong. What's her name?
I never get her name right. I don't know.
Say her name incorrectly and then I'll correct you.
I don't know what it is.
She's in Resident Evil.
Mila Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich.
Jovovich.
No.
Is it Mila Jovovich?
It is Mila Jovovich, yeah. It has her, so that's good.
And she's good.
And it has Bruce Willis, so that's good.
Bruce Willis back when he was prime real estate.
Yeah. So I didn't like it at the time, but I can enjoy it.
You can like it now. Retrospect.
Valerian. It just doesn't make sense. It's just a series of things happen for no reason. But the real crime of Valerian is a lot of money. The design of the thing is incredible.
The scope and scale, I believe, are
actually
quite something.
No, the scope and scale are actually pretty small.
Oh.
Like most of it is spent on that space station.
Oh.
It looks bigger than it actually really is. It's actually quite a small little story. There's 2 planets involved. But here's the thing. Dane DeHaan
of Chronicle fame.
Of Chronicle, which is a great movie in which he plays a snivelling little weasel who gets superpowers.
He also played James Dean.
Did he?
In a failed biopic, but you know.
Yeah, well, you see...
Because he's not got star power.
I don't think that he hasn't got star power. It's just... He's good at snivelly weasels.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
He was alright as Harry Osborn. That was an awful script. I need the magic blood.
Yeah.
Give me the magic spider blood.
Also, Chris Cooper as Norman Osborn just got washed out.
Yeah, that was a bad film. So, Dane DeHaan. I like Dane DeHaan. I love Chronicle. Chronicle is probably my favourite superhero film.
Don't like Max Landis.
Well, that's because he's got the wackiness and he's the basis for Lex Luthor.
He definitely is, isn't he?
Yeah. So, Dane DeHaan. I think Dane DeHaan is a good actor, man. He's good at acting.
Yes.
He does emotions and stuff. But
emotions and stuff?
Yes. But he is no Chris Pratt.
As in, he's got no likability whatsoever?
No. That character is Chris Pratt. When you watch that, if you ever watch that movie, if you ever watch the movie, there's scenes where his partner, Laureline, does something that exasperates him.
Who is my least favourite actress.
She's not an actress.
Sorry. Who is the best possible female stand-in mannequin that can move.
No, well...
Cara Delevingne. Delevingne?
Yeah.
Delevingne? Delevingne.
Yeah, D-E-L, not D-E-V.
In the alternate universe that Michael and I come from, it's Delevingne.
She's actually not horrible in this.
No, Michael, no.
But, no, hold on, wait a second.
Michael, don't do it, Michael.
She's actually not horrible. Shut up, Morgan!
Look me in the eye.
Stop confusing people. Stop.
Michael, look me in the eye.
I can't.
Michael, look me in the eye and say that statement again.
Are you being Ben or are you being
I'm
Morgan?
being Ben. I'm kidding.
No!
I've been Morgan this whole time.
It was a ruse.
Sorry, there's no Morgan here anymore.
She is not that bad. But I blame the director.
Luc
Besson. I blame the director because from scene to scene, from line delivery to line delivery, we don't know if she's a badass, a flirt, and what's that word? Ingenue? Yeah, one of those.
As in savant?
No, as in like a manic pixie dream girl.
Oh. Yeah,
we can't. Let's not do it.
Something like that.
We don't know what she is.
No.
We don't know if she's bad. We don't
don't.
know if she's sassy. We don't know if she's flirty. We don't know if she's There's just no character development. Her character development is randomly.
Is she the random setting on a Tekken game?
She's the random setting on a jackhammer.
Oh.
No, that doesn't make any sense. That's my lovemaking technique. She is. That's good, isn't it? She is.
Not for the person who listens to the podcast.
She is. Her delivery is all over the place.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's kind of comical in the face of danger. Sometimes she's terrified in the face of danger. Sometimes she's terrified by something that is minorly threatening.
Which is really not that large.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then completely awestruck by something which she should be running away from.
Terrible.
And I don't blame her. I think it was the director's fault. Also, and this is borderline racist, one of the problems
That's my territory.
with having a director for whom English isn't their first language directing English movies is I think sometimes he makes line delivery choices that a fluent person wouldn't make.
He struggles with collocation and
No, delivery. Like someone will say something and it sounds odd. It sounds wrong. It sounds like they stumbled over
because
it.
he's using French intonation to
get them
speech patterns up.
Yeah, or maybe he's picking the edit and that's his favourite take
Because it reminds him of home.
Not necessarily that reminds him of home, but just because it works for him. But it doesn't work. Like there's a lot of times where Laureline does something exasperating and Valerian should say something like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Or, but
instead he says Zutelo.
No, instead he says unbelievable.
Oh.
And were Chris Pratt there, he would have said unbelievable while shaking his hands and shaking his head and exasperatedly throwing his hands
unbelievable.
up. Whereas
Are you watching this?
No,
that's not good. Who's that? Who am I doing?
You're doing it, guy.
That's
it's
someone
Marky
else.
Mark.
It's Marky Mark.
You're in a Marky Mark.
What are you doing?
Why are you gonna go through that
No,
portal?
we're not going down this rabbit hole.
So
We're not doing this.
yeah, but
I don't have a Chris Pratt impression.
no, apparently not. But yeah, so she walks through a portal that he tells her not to walk through, and he stands on his ex, and he goes, "Unbelievable." And it's like, that's it. Is he exasperated? Is he genuinely annoyed?
Oh,
Wait, like, pick one. Pick
a feeling.
Yeah. And the dialogue is weird. Like, there's a lot of weird expositionary dialogue.
Jarring
yeah,
dialogue.
it's bizarre. The main aliens...
C'est bizarre.
The main... How are we doing?
We're doing just fine.
We're doing pretty good.
We're doing just fine.
The main aliens are essentially the Na'vi of the coast.
Do they wear white linen shirts and shorts?
Yeah. The Na'vi from... No. Think about everything...
I used to love nature, but now I just can't get enough of the marina.
Why is Marky Mark in the marina?
It's not Marky Mark. That's not Marky Mark in the marina.
How would Marky Mark even say marina?
Port.
Port.
Why are you saying it so funny? You think you're better than me?
Stop distracting me. What was I saying? The Na'vi.
This episode is.
The Na'vi, right? The Na'vi.
The
blue guys. The blue guys.
Yeah.
Tall, blue... type aliens.
No cultural footprint whatsoever.
Yeah. Imagine them, but they live on the coast this time. And everything that was jungly is now coasty.
with reefs and
Reefs
coral
and pearls and and water. They live in fucking seashells. They live inside
So
seashells.
it's very 60s.
No, it's just crap.
But is that like a nod to the 60s material where all fantastical words were very based on earthly ecosystems? Because that's the framework.
No, it's the Na'vi. It's the Na'vi, but by the coast.
Okay.
I think Besson thinks this was his avatar.
Ooh.
And that people would want to live with these things. I mean,
Do people want to live with the Na'vi of the jungle?
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, people who don't really like sci-fi but really related to that movie.
So the kind of people that we don't really get to talk to
Yeah.
because they won't look at us.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, don't go see it. It's real bad. It's worse than Power Rangers.
Saban's Power Rangers.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Copyright.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah, fair enough. What else are we talking about, Michael?
We're talking about Legion.
Legion.
Did you like it?
Loved it.
Why did you like it?
First of all, I think it's rather unique.
Go on.
Second of all, I am a huge fan of adapting obscure comic book characters, and I do not mean.
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight, the thing that got us all.
It all started.
What started the whole thing? Beautiful, glorious snowball, and now here we are. Morgan Freemaning the day away.
Don't do Morgan Freeman.
I'm not going to do this again.
It makes
I enjoy obscure. It just throws you off.
it makes me so angry.
Is it that bad an impression?
No, it's a pretty good impression. But
Okay, thank God.
just Morgan Freeman pseudosciencing really upsets me. Don't talk about why you like obscure characters.
So I don't mean obscure in like a lightly obscure way, as in
Deadpool.
Like, oh yeah, massive character, but oh, he's so alternative. He's not. He gained massive popularity in the comics and then he went off.
Mm-hmm.
A character that didn't gain massive popularity in the comics is David Haller.
Haller?
Haller? Oh, it's Haller. Holler. I guess he's Holler if he's. I don't care. He's a really unusual and unique character. He was created by Bill
Sienkiewicz?
that Polish guy.
Sienkiewicz.
And that's not racist, by the way. That's his name on Instagram. It's that Polish
guy, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
the real that Polish guy is what it's called on Instagram. That's what he's called on Instagram.
Do we follow him?
I follow him, but we'll have to follow him after this.
Okay.
Who is quite an impressive mixed media artist that does comics.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Came to huge prominence in the 90s with a series of quite
Daredevil.
alternative and he does kind of really stark juxtaposed imagery, and this is really cool. But he got a pass at a New Mutants story arc. Who wrote the New Mutants at that time?
Fabian Nikita? Is that him?
If you're right on that one, that's amazing. That's possible. We won't stick it on a retraction list. It's quite impressive, though. So I'm going to keep talking. And David Haller is the illegitimate son of Charles Xavier.
Right.
Illegitimate? Is he illegitimate or just the forgotten son of Charles Xavier?
Well, they weren't married.
I suppose he's illegitimate. I feel like that's social.
Yeah, don't say it. Yeah, he's just the bastard son.
He's the bastard son of Charles Xavier in the Shakespearean sense, not in the socially judgy, prejudiced way. And he is one of the most powerful mutants on the planet. He has reality warping.
No, it was Chris Claremont.
He has reality warping powers, so it wasn't. Who did you say?
Fabian.
It wasn't him. It's Chris Claremont. Chris Claremont builds Polish guy.
Well, hold on. Maybe they weren't at the same time. Keep talking. I'm gonna.
So he has reality warping powers. He does all kinds of cool stuff. But in the Legion TV series, he's an Omega level mutant telepath.
Mm-hmm.
And
no, he can teleport
telekinetic. Can he tell? Oh, he can. Yeah. Sorry, he's a reality warper in this as well. But they've only hinted at the scope of his, or at the scale of his powers. I think, haven't they? Like he's only getting to grips with it now.
Yeah, but I mean, it's pretty obvious that he's one of the most powerful mutants.
Yeah, absolutely.
If not the most powerful.
If not the most powerful. And in the series, no spoilers really. This is revealed by the second episode, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
he's being piggybacked by a parasite life form that leeches on his massive telekinetic power and causes him to think that he has a mental illness.
Yeah. I think in the comics he does have a mental.
Oh, he does. He's in an insane asylum.
He's
incapable of coherently thinking or organising systems. But what I really, really dig about this one is how obscure he is. And you know he's obscure because it took me ages to explain what he's all about.
Yeah, it took a while.
Like, he's very obscure. I think he's awesome. He's a really cool character. He got a really nice run in a series called X-Men Legacy where they kind of explored his aftermath. I think they borrow some things from that, but it's mostly from that original 90s run. And it's really cool. Because it's such a strange character, and funnily enough, I think they draw a lot of inspiration from Bill, that Polish guy.
Sankiewicz.
Because it's very much a mixed media series.
My media.
Mixed media experience.
The TV show you're talking about?
I think so, yeah. Like a lot of it's cobbled together from a lot of different genres. It borrows a little bit from column A, a little bit from column B, puts it all together. Some of the special effects are computer generated. Some of the special effects are very much animatronic and costume based. And I think it's really interesting. I don't know whether that's intentional, but it's very much a bricolage effect that they kind of go for.
Oh, new word.
Yep.
New word.
Claude Levi-Strauss, baby. Bricolage. Bringing things with incoherent meanings together to form one single narrative.
Like David Lynch.
Swish. What was that, Michael?
Like David Lynch.
Like David Lynch, you say, Michael?
So
that was almost like a segue, Michael.
What a segue. Sticking the picture of the segue when you're doing the video. So look, Ben, I'm a David Lynch fan.
Good, because David Lynch is a man of exquisite talent.
He's also a bit of a weirdo.
He's a freak, but
here's the things I like.
Good.
Twin Peaks.
Why, Michael? Quite a few Twin Peaks thing going on in this series.
Yes. Mulholland Drive.
Classic.
I also like that.
Also odd.
Yes. New Twin Peaks.
Is it good?
Yes.
I don't watch it.
It's good. And this is kind of what I wanted to talk about. Because, okay. Well, first of all, let's talk about David Lynch a little bit.
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive
Who even is David Lynch?
No, he's a director. He does funny stuff. Mulholland Drive everyone knows who David Lynch is. He doesn't have that much time either. Mulholland Drive might be the best film in the world.
That's a grand statement.
Mulholland Drive is an incredible film.
Because
there is lesbians in it, but that's not why.
Michael, are you sure that's not why you
I'm
like
100% sure.
Michael.
Although
Michael,
it's very interesting.
Remember the last time Remember the last time I was like, I wasn't watching it for the lesbians, remember? And I walked in.
Look, don't say that. That's not true.
No, I'm not saying anything happened.
We don't even live together.
I'm just saying, don't shatter the narrative. We never leave the tiny room.
Also, that's a very traumatic scene in that movie. It would be a weird thing.
It would be weird to get off to that.
So look, Twin Peaks or Mulholland Drive. Mulholland Drive, in a lot of ways, is Twin Peaks condensed and perfected.
Wow.
Yeah. Mulholland Drive is a spectacular film.
It is.
And
right down to the weird devilish hobo.
The weird devilish hobo. There's the cowboy who we will meet if you do this correctly. We will see each other once more. I can't remember what he says. And then if you don't, we will see each other twice more. What a great threat! But who was he? Where did he come from? What was the point of him? I mean, one of the best things about Mulholland Drive is that there. You're my stomach. That was my stomach.
That was you. It also registered on a massive sound blip on the sound.
Mulholland Drive can be interpreted as you can interpret a plot out of it.
Okay.
Do you know Mulholland Drive?
Help me. I don't know it well enough.
Right. So it's a series of weird things happen.
Okay.
Really bloody bizarre.
It's the movie Mulholland Drive. Yeah, I watched it when I was...
Have you not seen Mulholland Drive?
I've seen Mulholland Drive.
How?
But I watched it at a time when I was not intellectually capable.
You weren't woke.
I wasn't woke AF.
Get thee to a nunnery.
Definitely the name of this podcast.
Woke AF.
Woke AF.
So watch Mulholland Drive again, right? It's spectacular. It seems to be just a series. It's a dream-like sequence of weird things happening, and they seem possibly vaguely interconnected.
Okay.
I'm not going to spoil it too much, but you absolutely don't know what has happened by the end of it. You have a vague feeling that a plot has happened, but not in that horrible way like that bloody French film.
Which French film?
I can't remember what it's called. It's about the man with all the cars. I hate it.
Wait, what?
The man with all the cars, and he's a hobo, and he kidnaps Eva Mendes. Doesn't matter. Holy Motors is what it's called.
What?
It's a French film. It's a weird, existential, bizarre film, but it's non-narrative.
The Place Beyond the Pines.
No!
Sorry.
Holy Motors.
Hang on.
What? It's French.
Sorry.
It's
What's happened now, I understand what's happened now. Because we were from an alternate reality, what's happened now is one of the mics has swapped and one of the bends has swapped. But we're both talking about things that happened in other realities. So he's describing a movie that happened in his reality. I don't have that reference point in my reality. That's the tiny change that separates our universes. Holy Motors.
So, Mulholland
That negates
Drive.
a quantum universe, doesn't it, if you find the common reference point? This episode's weird as fuck.
The timelines have merged. So, let me finish my sentence!
No!
Mulholland Drive. I've fucking written this down and everything. Mulholland Drive, on first viewing, could appear to be non-narrative. Stop laughing, you prick.
This is so bad.
I'm just doing my bit. You just laugh and I'm just doing my bit to the camera, to the mic. So
This is so disrespectful. Please
Mulholland Drive, on first viewing, could appear to be non-narrative. It could appear to be not a story.
Non-linear.
Yeah, no, not non-linear, non-narrative. Like, that's what I was saying about Holy Motors. Holy Motors is
Bricolage.
even more so.
Okay.
It's not a story.
Okay.
It's a cinematic experience. And you could almost say that about Mulholland Drive, because it just refuses to make sense.
Okay.
And then, on very, very, very close inspection, you can
there's
wring
a
sense
thread.
out of it. And when you wring that sense out of it, by God, is it satisfying.
Really?
Oh.
I'm gonna have to watch this movie with you now.
What?
You're gonna have to explain it to me.
Oh yeah, alright, we'll do that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
We'll do a...
Are we gonna have a podcast where
We watch
Mulholland Drive and commentate?
Yeah.
We are definitely having that.
I feel awkward during the sex scene.
That sounds awesome.
So it's spectacular. When you wring that meaning out of it, and you might not even be right, but you're pretty sure you are.
Mm-hmm.
And by God, is it worth it? It's a great film, right? The same can be said of Twin Peaks, and even the new Twin Peaks. There's some stuff that happens in the new Twin Peaks.
Clear something up for me.
Yeah, go
is
on.
the new Twin Peaks a continuation of the original Twin Peaks,
Yes.
or is it a retelling of the
No,
Twin Peaks story?
it's a continuation.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, in so much as it can be.
In David Lynch universe.
Yeah. So weird shit happens in the new Twin Peaks, and it's definitely not explained. There's a thing, a monster comes and gets some people.
Is it yellow-eyed?
No. But a monster comes and gets some people, and I'm trying to avoid spoilers past episode 4.
Fair.
A monster comes and gets some people, and you're watching that monster getting those people, and you're thinking to yourself, is this ever going to have anything to do with the main plot of what's happening here? And you're thinking to yourself, no, it probably won't. But if I watch this series again very carefully,
It might.
it might. And I might figure it out.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And Benjamin, that's exactly how I felt at the start of Legion.
That's exactly how I felt at the start of Legion 2.
Right? And that was great.
Yeah, because that's exactly what they were going for.
Right? That was
The body swapping, the...
Lenny in the Wall.
Yeah, Lenny in the Wall.
Who's
Lenny?
real?
Who's Lenny?
Yeah. Who's real? Who isn't real?
Who's the woman? Like, who's the girlfriend? Who's the woman? Like,
What's the timeline?
what is the timeline? Well, we know now, but we didn't.
You've hit the nail on the head.
The quantum nail on the head.
That's my biggest issue with Legion.
What's the biggest issue with Legion?
We know everything.
Yeah, that's true. They wrapped
By
it
the
up.
end of it, we know everything.
They wrapped it up.
Everything.
It's all Lenny.
Well, but it wasn't Lenny, because Lenny was real.
It's all Lenny. Wink.
But Lenny was real up
At
until he
one
killed
point.
her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the Lenny
Hang
in the
on.
Wall.
Lenny in the Wall is not real.
No, Lenny in the Wall is real.
Is she?
Yeah, Lenny in the Wall was killed by girlfriend in David's body because she didn't have control of her powers.
Was Lenny in the Wall was Lenny not a memory implanted on a former
Lenny-
junkie friend?
Oh,
Because
maybe.
remember, it's a man at one point. Lenny is a man in the memory at one point. Are you sure Lenny existed?
Yeah, I am. You know, see, this is making this seem like what I said about Mulholland Drive applies to Legion. It doesn't. We're just misremembering this.
Will Michael and Ben figure it out? Was Lenny real? Is this all a quantum universe reality?
Are you doing Liam Neeson or Stan Lee?
I'm doing both. Excelsior! Tune in next week to find out. No, I'm just kidding. We may never know the answer.
I think we do, though.
I think we do. You're probably right.
I
You
think
probably
we
paid
do.
more attention than I did.
I think we've just misremembered it.
I do.
I think,
we are awfully good at that.
Yeah, I think Lenny, the real Lenny, the girl Lenny, Girl Lenny, which was weird for me because that's also my name.
That's a Beach Boys song.
She got killed by body swap by mistake, and then the memory of her became one of the memories.
A manifestation. Okay.
Yeah, but
like that's weird.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. But remember that scene where the Shadow King revealed himself?
Yes. What do they call him? What's his actual name again?
Farouk. He's been cast actually for season 2.
Oh, they're gonna go back to the Mayo?
Yeah, his real well, I think it might be flashbacks and we see his original body.
Okay, cool.
Do you know who they cast?
No.
The Algerian guy from Wonder Woman.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's
great at actor.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna have a fez.
He is, absolutely.
Yeah, for 100% for sure.
Do you think they're gonna work the Aurora Monroe storyline?
I don't know.
It's interesting.
It's exciting though if they do.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
Like, here's the thing, right? I know I'm kind of moaning about Legion here. It's still a great series.
No, it's an amazing series. It just didn't end the way you thought it was going to end.
No, it didn't even not end. It ended very satisfyingly.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's good storytelling from start to finish.
Yeah, it's a solid series.
Nice
great
in
from start to
medias
finish.
res. Well, no, not really in medias res. Anyway, go on.
But what my issue is that it's almost, it could have been so much more, but I think it stems from a fear for superhero genre-based things.
Can't be too Lynchian.
Yeah.
You can't push the envelope until it breaks.
Right? And I mean, the great thing is I think David Lynch always has an answer. It's not like Lost where they're making up mysteries that they don't know the answer to.
They wrote themselves into a corner and they already accepted the bonus from Fox.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So it's not that type of situation with David Lynch. He knows what he's doing. Much more than Lindelof. Damon Lindelof?
No, that's an actor, isn't it?
Is it?
Maybe it's not.
But much more, he knows where he's going. And you can watch a David Lynch thing and trust that these are going to be satisfyingly weird things that you can't explain.
Trust in Lynch.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling
this episode. I thought it was woke
this movement.
Trust in Lynch. But imagine if they'd had the commitment to do that with Legion.
How do you think it would have turned out?
Possibly less popular.
Absolutely. I think there would be no season 2 if you did that.
Possibly. Like, the first 3 or 4 episodes of Legion are just amazing.
They are, because they make and you get to piece. I get the satisfaction you're talking about, because as they were slowly, like I said, it's completely disparate. Like, they're just like boom, 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 childhood, 50s, 80s, 70s, 60s. Like, just...
We never had a dog.
Just, yeah, like, just king. King's not king. Like, ooh.
But here, like, even...
And then you got that little grain. Every once in a while, there'd be a little reference in one memory that kind of fit with another one.
Yeah, but then they told you everything anyway.
Yeah, see,
and that was a great scene. That was probably Aubrey Plaza's best scene.
Aubrey Plaza was amazing.
The villain reveal.
She's great.
When she came in and said, "I'm not Lenny, I'm the Shadow King, and I was King, your dog, as well, and I'm that weird thing you keep seeing." Very scary.
Oh, that thing is... I got so uncomfortable watching that show initially, because there were the glimpses of that. They really let your memory fill in the blank, and or not your memory, your imagination. I was just like, oh, it made me so uncomfortable.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
then they stopped doing that and told you.
Because you never knew what it was.
But then they told you everything.
Yeah, just gave it away. And it became very traditionally superhero-y as well. Like, it became such non-metaphysical thing. Mm-hmm. And it was so good at it. That's a very Lynchian thing as well, though, is that unnamed dread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did really well with the first 4.
Yeah. I feel like I might have ruined Legion on you.
Well, I just realised what I loved so much about it and then came not to love.
So here's what I'm saying to you.
I fell out of love. Like penguins often do. Contrary to Morgan Freeman's.
There's no such thing as... Look, penguins don't have the biological chemistry, biochemistry. They don't... love. It's just
Again,
it's a
Mick is
human
a
thing.
former scientist.
Look, it doesn't matter.
Careful now, you're on the wagon tail.
Here's my recommendation.
Okay.
First recommendation: watch Mulholland Drive.
I will.
And don't spoil it for yourself by looking up theories before you watch it or anything. Just watch it.
I don't do reviews.
Yeah, just watch it. Just watch it and go, what the fuck is that? What's going on? Who's that woman?
What in the tits?
Oh, there they are now. Just watch Mulholland Drive.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Right? You don't need to have seen the original Twin Peaks to enjoy the new Twin Peaks.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I may enjoy that more.
Yeah.
I struggle with the 80s sometimes.
Watch the original Twin Peaks is a hard watch. Now,
so.
it hasn't aged terribly well, and the scary stuff isn't that scary anymore.
Oh.
A lot of people I know from the 80s were terrified of Twin Peaks.
Well, it was a different time.
It was. It's
AIDS.
less. And my final recommendation is avoid AIDS.
Was Lenny a former man, or did she actually get melded into a wall? Let us know in the comments down below. Do you think that Morgan Freeman is doing more than right-wing questions in America to set science back? Let us know in the comments below as well. This has been Michael and Benjamin, who are part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from Earth 6182. Michael and Benjamin from Earth X194 will be back next week. Yeah, let us know.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.